It's been very quiet in the chat tonight. We've been sort of focusing on technology.
Yeah. So it's like here's the screen where you can pick like a bunch of different tunings, and that's how you pretty much tune Jammy. You can go to custom ones as well. Yeah, so let me.
Right.
And then there's a bunch of other parameters that you can change from within the mobile app, like the knob assignments and all of that good stuff. So yeah, but let me go back into the jam. But yeah, to answer your question about the strings, they can go loose and you can tighten the strings, but that's more or less like the question of how you want them to feel versus like the actual tuning that they'll put out, because the tuning is fully digital. We know where your fingers are on the fretboard, we know what strings you're plucking, and we know the tuning that you've selected, and that's the notes that are going to be
right. Okay. Okay. Cool. So when you do like bends and so on, that's just sensors picking it up.
Yeah. So these are like the optical sensors right here. They're more visible on the older model. Yeah. And so when you bend the string, you pull them up. They have like basically they're 2-axis sensors. They have the X axis, which is this, and they have the Y axis, which is like this. Yeah. So they know when you tap the string, and they know when you pull it up or down. And that's how they determine the pitch bend of the note.
Right. So cool.
Yeah, let me just throw in something that's gonna have it's gonna have the auto filter triggered by the accelerometer, and I'll probably try to throw in a little bit of bending.
Okay. So I've just taken a moment to hop on the Jammy Instruments YouTube just to say hi, see if there's anyone in the chat. Oh, nice. Right. So you kind of were you like auto filtering?
Yeah. I'm actually like, I could do a screen share or something. What's happening here in Ableton? I'm not sure how that'll. Do you want to do that?
Yeah. Why not?
Okay.
Or give it a shot actually, because I've got you kind of a bit cropped here in OBS. But yeah, let's see how it. Let's see how it goes.
Try. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
All right. Can you see it now?
Yeah. Actually, yeah, it's coming through. It's coming through fine on the stream. So yeah.
Yeah. All right. So this is just me moving the guitar around, and I have the accelerometer mapped to control this auto filter here.
That's cool.
But yeah, I can control some other stuff. For example, I can also I can map the button. I probably have it turned off. Yeah, I do have it turned off. Oh, actually, I have Ableton mapping on. Let me show you what that works like. So, let me see. If I throw these into a group, I'll get these knobs right here. Yeah, let me. I probably have the remote switch turned off in the preferences.
So hi to everyone on the Jammy Guitar YouTube channel, which I think the stream, I didn't realise that the stream wasn't working. So but now it is working. So hey to everyone at Jammy Guitar from Team Endless, and obviously from Marco from Jammy. We're jamming together live on Endless. Currently Marco looks a lot like Ableton Live. But at other times of year he looks like a real fleshy human being. But yeah, he's just been showing his how the accelerometer.
Yeah.
Oh look,
yeah.
that's
So
me.
I meant to show this. Like, this is just me turning the effect on and off with the volume knob on the Jammy, and cool. This is the accelerometer moving it around. And then I can also, you know, set the, for example, the turn of the volume knob to control something else. But yeah, let me now switch back to the video, so I can show you what I'm actually doing on the guitar.
Yeah.
So, and I'm going back into the jam. So I got this mapped to the auto filter frequency. This controls its resonance.
Yeah.
And this just basically turns it on and off. So yeah, let me just throw in something that'll reflect that.
Oh, just to kind of for everyone who's joined the stream recently, just to get you up to speed on what's going on. So we're jamming on Endless, and Marco is playing his Ableton mapped Jammy into Endless. And the way we collaborate, the way the collaboration on Endless works is that well, anyone can play something, and you can actually see here. So I've got some effects. So let's say there's this this layer that Marco just sent me. I'm just going to mess around with a high pass filter. Do a kind of like wah-wah thing. And then I press that, and as soon as I press that, it's sent to Marco. So Marco will get that in, you know, I mean, if the network speeds are good, it's just like, it's a few, it's like a couple hundred milliseconds. And so when Marco does stuff, that's exactly how it works on his side. So he plays stuff on Jammy, captures it, and then sends it to Endless.
Let me find a good sound here.
Daddy man, can't stream video? What's up, mate? Is it? I think it's streaming okay from our end. Looks like it. We've got, yeah, seems to be coming okay on Twitch here. Or is something else up? Did I misunderstand? do some.
Yeah, it seem like I'm falling behind beat a little bit because of maybe what I'm monitoring from Ableton is the same as what's coming out into iRig.
Yeah, I think because obviously there's another little stage of latency, like input process, like input stage, processor stage, and output stage.
Yeah.
So.
And also like the signal from Endless that I'm hearing is running through iRig. So I'm hearing it later than it actually happens inside.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is why we're building Endless Studio.
Yes. Yeah.
Because, it's not the only reason, but it's one of the many reasons. If this was running as a plugin inside Ableton, which we do, we actually have it. Some of the team have been messing around with it already. Running it as a plugin inside Ableton, loading up VSTs. One of the team was using it with VCV Rack the other day. Do you know this? Yeah. So loading it up as a VST in VCV Rack, and then just that is pretty cool.
Pretty cool, yeah. And we're actually like with the Jammy Evo. We also embarked on like creating the VST plugin, which we've had requests for from Jammy guitar users for a while now. Yeah. We're finally happy to like start building that. And the purpose of the VST is to give you like control over the behavior of your Jammy straight there from the DAW. Yeah. That's for one, because right now you can do it on the mobile app, but it's not as convenient if you're like both on the phone and on the computer to kind of manage the. But as we build the VST plugin, we realized that what can be cool is being able to change some of the parameters of Jammy on the flight. So for example, the VST plugin is going to be able to change the tuning, change the mode, and we're going to have a bunch of different cool modes. Like what I showed you about playing the drums. Yeah. We're going to have a few other like playing modes on the Jammy. And you'll be able to do that from the VST, but that means it'll also be able to be triggered by the track. So for example, you could, when the scene switches in Ableton Live, or, when some other like MIDI trigger happens inside of your track, you can switch the tuning on your guitar or change its behavior, stuff like that. So
yeah, that's so cool. Yeah, no, really super cool. I'm doing my chat switching. Can't hear Jammy sounds. Yeah, so Ran Jan Jan. So we're actually jamming together on Endless. So the audio that you hear coming through is from my version of Endless. I'm in London, Marco's in Kiev. Both running Endless. Obviously, Marco's playing the Jammy into Endless. But the way Endless works is that you play stuff in and then you kind of capture it retrospectively. You can see this waveform here moving across. There you go. What Marco just played has literally just arrived now, so this I can solo it. So that's what Marco just played. So I'll pair it back to that. Sounds like kind of lazy Jay Dilla sort of.
Yeah. And I'm learning to play a little bit ahead of the beat.
Wow, that must be hard.
Yeah.
Right, I'm about to confuse everything. I've turned Quantize off now, so anyone knows what can happen. I do love a bit of.
Well, I've been without Quantize this whole time, so.
Well, yeah, true. Imagine a Quantized guitar. What would that be like?
It's actually pretty cool. Quantizing it is also pretty cool. It's like with arpeggiators, with some other like inherent synth techniques that keyboard players have been used to for years. Now, doing the same thing on the guitar is sometimes like mind-blowing. I found a patch not long ago that it's like monophonic, and it always plays only the top note that you're playing. And
right.
So the thing I did was like I would play a chord, and then I would like let go of the strings starting from the top ones over here, and it would kind of arpeggiate back down the chord, which is pretty natural, like for a piano player, you know, like if you play the keys and you hold them, but then you roll back, it'll like go back to these notes, which is natural. But for a guitar, like that was pretty like interesting, not something that I've seen before, or experienced before.
That's cool. Jay Codaline, big fan of both products and a happy Jammy user. Cool, amazing.
Yes.
This is exactly what this is for, to introduce Jammy users to Endless and Endless users to Jammy. I wish. I mean, we're actually in next week. Next week we're doing a stream with Memu, because I mentioned earlier. So Memu, you might have heard of Imogen Heap's gloves, the kind of gesture control gloves. So Adam Stark, who's basically their CEO, he also develops stuff for Endless on, you know, while he's not being CEO of another company.
Sweet.
And so Adam's actually been working on the MIDI mapping stuff for Endless Studio. So we're going to do a stream together next week where I think Adam and Chagall, who's another big Memu glove user, they're going to have like the Memu gloves mapped to Endless Studio.
Ooh, sweet.
So it's I mean, I'd say that I like cross fingers. I hope it comes up, because I mean, literally we're just starting to kind of build a very specific Endless Studio functionality now ahead, because our first shipping is in December, so it'll be our first like proper sort of road test of the MIDI mapping. But maybe next time, once we've got MIDI mapping for Endless and Endless Studio, we'll have to do another stream like this. I think it'll probably be,
Yeah, that'll be very exciting for us, because I was just playing with I was on another stream with the folks from CME over the weekend, and what they do is they do like their new device is like called Witty Master, and it's a Bluetooth to 5-pin MIDI adapter. So you like plug it into the 5-pin MIDI output and input of your hardware synth, and you pair your Bluetooth MIDI device to it, and it just speaks to that. So that way I was able to like wirelessly connect Jammy to a Digitakt. And and the fun stuff about that was that like the accelerometer on the Jammy was I don't, either by default or by me setting that setting, it got routed to the attack of the kick drum.
Right.
And I was triggering the kick drum sample, and I wasn't getting like why it wouldn't sound when I was playing like this, but then it would sound when I was playing like this. And then I'm like, oh, okay. Like turning it up like this would like make his attack like way super long, and I wouldn't hear the kick.
Right,
so
right.
It was an interesting like experience. But yeah, MIDI mapping inside of Endless would have been like very, very interesting, because there's like the thing I liked about Endless I think I only first checked it out when you guys went live from beta. Like, was it the beginning of April?
Yes, it was. Yeah, 31st of March was when we launched in the App Store properly. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was a very timely launch as well. Like when most of the people were on a lockdown, and discovering that there's a new way to jam with people was super exciting.
Yeah, I kind of expected a call from the FBI. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, did you engineer this pandemic?
Yes. I believe Zoom got a lot of those.
Yes.
And then just it was like a rabbit hole, discovering all of these cool instruments that you can use inside the Endless app, and then also the effects, and also like the custom kind of patches that you guys have. pretty sweet stuff. And so being able to tweak some of those controls without like going into the settings, but from something like this or the you know with the extra controls over here would be super nice.
Yeah. No, it would be.
So it's coming to the VST plugin, right? The MIDI mapping, or is it coming to the mobile app?
It's coming to so it's going to the desktop and VST. So the standalone desktop app and VST. There will be we'll add some MIDI mapping to the mobile app. Well, not necessarily mapping, but just MIDI ability. So you can plug a keyboard in and play it. But I think we'll probably because to set up advanced MIDI mapping and so on in the mobile app is kind of tricky. It's much more of a desktop proposition, really. So at least for the time being, it's going to be like. So we've got a thing right now where you can basically program MIDI mappings in a Python script. So you just like write a bit of Python code and make your mappings like that, and that save them as a text file, and then we'll add like a user interface so you can actually do it in real time and build mappings.
Sweet. Yeah. Let me try and think what to like overdub over here, over our little beat over there. The one thing I discovered early when like diving into Endless was that one of the cool like things is that like getting to reimagine the beat, like when there's everything is stacked on top of each other and there's like no room to breathe anymore.
Yeah.
And then you kind of pick something out of there and like remix it, right? And that's a really cool experience. Let me see what I want to do about this one right here.
Yeah, I took out some of those kick drums. Too many kick drums.
Yeah, I was thinking of layering some drums, but then I remembered about the latency. So
that's
not as confident that's a good idea anymore. Just to be clear, like the latency comes from, for anyone who can join, like the latency comes from me routing the audio from Ableton through Complete Audio into iRig, then coming into Endless, and then me monitoring Endless with the whole chain backup. So like iPhone into iRig into Complete Audio. So So by the time I try to overdub over the Endless riff, it's already a whole bunch of milliseconds old.
Yeah.
So which is why
this is why we want in the studio.
Yes. Yeah. I'll go for pads then, or keys.
That's pretty kind of latency proof.
Yeah.
I might do some little sort of bassy.
Sure.
Nice.
A very guitar-y thing to play.
yeah.
And I'm in drop D right now, so like that's.
Right. Oh, were you using an arpeggiator to kind of keep that in time, or?
No. That's just blocking.
Right. Okay. Because I mean, given the latency, it's pretty.
Yeah, I don't know. Either the latency went away a little bit, but I don't think that's the case because I additionally launched Chrome to make sure that we don't have any missed comments or questions on our streams. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I've adjusted.
Maybe Chrome is like the latency killing app.
Yeah.
If you really want low latency, open Chrome.
Yeah. That's worthy of a conspiracy Keanu kind of meme.
Yeah. Sorry, now I got distracted by looking at because we've got these multiple chats now. So we've got our Twitch and yeah. Cool. I'm gonna have to make a move in a bit. I'm really sorry. We're just getting into a jamming flow, but I could do another 5 minutes. Just jam out for another 5 minutes, and it's good. Good times.
Yeah, likewise. It's a very fun jam. Oh, cool. Where does this one come from?
Oh, this is just playing saturator as an effect over that guitar part you put in.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna try and pull off a little trick, if I can. Bug. No, that is not what I meant to do at all. That sounds horrible. Let me just send that one back. Okay, let's reset it.
Sweet.
shout out to everyone on the Jammy stream. Got Nicholas Horniak, Ranjanjan, Olga, who I believe is Jammy original crew. The Liberty Cause, Andy Trust, Angela Nikoluk.
Oh, that's my mom. Hey, Mom.
That's, yeah.
Sweet.
Nice. Hey, Mom. Oh, we've got vibes now. More people in the end of this one as well. Woodlands. Hey, y'all. Okay, so this is a question for you, Marco. What's the pricing look like for the MIDI guitar?
So, yes, I was just able to contribute that quick baseline there.
Oh, yeah.
So the pricing. So right now we're live on Kickstarter with this baby, Jammy Evo, and you can get the early bird price for $299 right now, and they're still not in production. We're going into production towards the end of this year, so we expect to start shipping early 2021. So this is the guitar that you can pre-order right now on Kickstarter. If you just look for Jammy Evo, or I don't know, we might be sharing some links somewhere to the.
Yeah, we should do. Well, let's do a link drop right now. Let's.
All right.
I'll post the links to the Endless Kickstarter.
Yeah.
And you post the links to the Jammy Kickstarter.
All right. Sweet.
Probably should do referral links, but hey.
Hey.
And Kickstarter.
Would it be cool if I just drop my link into our video chat, and then you'll, so that you don't have to look for it?
Right. Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. That's a good idea.
Is it on a different machine?
Yeah, I can make this work. Copy link. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of like pasting stuff into Slack.
Sweet. And so, in terms of like the second half of the answer to that question is that you can get this Jammy guitar, which is the existing model, which can ship out right now, and this one is priced at $479, I believe. But yeah, and you can also hit us up on like Facebook Messenger for special deals. So
right. Oh, okay. That's a good.
Yeah,
that's a good
tip.
That's a good. Right.
Yeah. So if you have any questions, if anyone watching the stream right now has any questions about Jammy guitar, do drop us a link. Do drop us a message on Instagram or Facebook. We'll be happy to chat, tell you more about the instrument, what it can do, how it can fit into your setup, all that good stuff. We love like talking with the folks who message us. Originally, like we split between like 3 people answering the messages. Right now we have our man Daniel. Who's great. Like you can hit him up on the chats, or sometimes I'm also there, like answering.
Yeah. Nice. No, it's a good idea because we we haven't been doing so much Facebook actually. Oh no, I got confused because I started watching you on the stream rather than, and I thought you were saying something and it wasn't coming through. But no.
Oh, okay.
All is well. Right.
So you were saying like the Facebook and which channels are you primarily on? Well, Twitch obviously is.
Yeah, we do our streaming on Twitch. Socials. I mean, I do more stuff on Twitter. Although I think I've been Twitter's quite a weird place at the moment. I think I had to kind of slightly tune out of it. And Instagram. So yeah. We do. So Matt Ecolox, he's probably tuned in. Matt is a legend.
He is.
Yeah. Oh, so you've been speaking to Matt Ecolox?
We chatted a bit like on on the Discord where I dropped like a jam that we created. He gave me some feedback on it, some positive feedback, which is much appreciated. And then also like from watching the streams that you guys have, Echolox is a legend.
Yeah, so, he is. Yeah, the legend of Echolox.
Yeah. I was also like eavesdropping on the community chat last night.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Great.
I didn't think, yeah.
Yeah. No, that's great. Yeah, because we kind of tag team it a bit. I mean, I was supposed to be on last night, but quite honestly, it's been quite a slog. Because I think in terms of team size, we're a bit smaller than you guys team-wise at the moment. So going like App Store launch, which was a whole slog, and then all this live streaming, and then Kickstarter. It's quite a marathon. It's quite a marathon.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. We have something similar with like shooting some content right now, because we get a lot of requests from people for demos, like show us how this would work with that, and we've recently like put out a bunch of demos of using Jammy with Arturia Pigments, with the Native Instruments Contact, with Analog Dreams library,
right,
and. Well, just with the built-in Ableton sounds. So yeah, a bunch of different demos of that, and we're of course looking forward to doing a lot more than that.
Yeah. Wow, it's cool. It's cool when you get in that kind of like content creation flow, and you've got a good pipeline going on. It's cool.
But you guys are doing a really great job with the live stream. So that's I would say that this is really your game, and I'm a huge fan.
Oh, cool, man. Feelings mutual. So there we go. I mean, Echolox has kind of become the king of streaming, really. Have you caught any of our riff battles?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh man, the riff battles are just something epic. I mean, I think. Once our Kickstarter's done, I think we're gonna, look at how we can really develop that as a format. I mean, I think it could, it's the sort of thing. It could be on TV one day. That's kind of like,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like hashtag goals. When we get the call from the BBC saying like, we'd like to syndicate your riff battles.
And like the commentary also adds to that, and I don't know how, but Echolox manages to be on top of like every tiny detail of what everyone is doing right there. So yeah,
I'm gonna switch back to the Endless chat and see if he's watching and blushing. He was when he was in the chat a while ago. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Echolox gets a lot of love. Back to the end of the chat. Big up everyone. Woodlands Jams, A to Z Music TV, Neon, Echolox. He was there for a while. Maybe we made him blush because we were singing his praises. Right. Should we start to wrap it up? Any final lines you want to? Well, I'll unmute everything.
Let me see. But like, I guess from our end, the message is this: that we want to hear guitar players create more diverse music, and for any guitar players who feel limited by like the sound options that the guitar provides, and they want to get into like the electronic music production, but they feel like the only option to do that is to learn to play the keyboard. There's a different kind of route to get into there, and that's with the Jammy. I mean, and certainly for a lot of the people who are using the existing Jammy guitar are folks who are pretty comfortable with both the guitar and the keyboards, but the guitar is their primary instrument. So they and like you think differently on both instruments, and the stuff that you can come up with on one is not the same that you can come up with on the other. So it's definitely for people who can know how to think like a guitar, this opens up some new like interesting applications in the music making.
Yeah, yeah, it really does, and it's a cool mission to, you know. Yeah, I like your mission. I like the step, you know, to open up the world of sound to guitarists, because you know you're right. It's like, you know, if you want to have a world of sound at your fingertips, you play the keyboard, and you know that's branching out these days a bit more. You know, maybe if you want the world of sound beneath your fingers, you can be a finger drummer, but it's still, you know, you're doing that for guitars. Bravo! I love your mission.
Thank you. And there's a lot of like interesting things to discover on the way. Like I'll just share a quick like little thing. When things started to like break like from the guitar sound kind of mindset, like the one thing I discovered like a while back was layering, and like as a guitar player you think like, here's my sound, here's how I process it, and you think in terms of like a single layer. Usually some guitar players are more advanced and they think of like splitting the channel and processing the two different them as two different separate sounds. But yeah, like plugging Jammy into like two instruments at the same time and thinking of creative ways of combining them and layering the sound makes it so much more interesting.
Yeah, man. It'd be cool to. You should get one of these to look on No Computer. Do you know?
Yeah.
Sam.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
He'd do something crazy with it, no doubt.
Yeah. I'll actually I'll think about, because I think we reached out to him and his one concern was like, why don't you guys have a 5-pin MIDI output on this?
Right.
But now that we've figured out the setup using the MIDI master, which I mentioned early on the stream, we can send him
Both,
and basically that'll let him plug into any hardware synths.
Nice.
And let him go crazy, because that's another thing that we like. You said that you would like to take the riff battles further. One thing that we want to take further is we once organized was like a music hacker day, where we got together a whole bunch of local music tech enthusiasts, and we sort of explored what kind of different devices they make, and some of them were circuit benders, others were like Max MSD gurus, others like created their own electric acoustic instruments, or like native electric acoustic instruments. And so when you get those people into the room, there's the crazy energy going, and like a whole bunch of different interesting ideas floating around, which are not necessarily related to like this, but we end up like soaking in so many like interesting ideas for the future of what we could actually, and some of them are actually useful for this.
It's super cool. It's really, really good. So I feel into matching on the. So what? Yeah, the endless mission. Well, I think. For us, it's like music is something to do, and it's particularly something to do together. And it feels that in the last 100 years or so, we've kind of forgotten that music is something to do together, and the technology that we've built is all about like working on your own in the studio to make a perfect track, and
it's much less immediate now. It's much less about the spontaneous output. I'm quoting you from the the video that you guys have out there.
Right.
So, deals with spontaneity.
No, I often quote myself from that video as well. But yeah, this is cool. This is really great. I think just as a general format, more collaborative things. More collaborative live streams. I think this is a good thing to do. It's great. I mean, this is the first time we've met, really. But it's been really, really cool to hang out with you. Really good
Likewise.
to meet your Jammy crew, and Yeah, I hope. I hope there's some cross-pollination between.
Oh yeah,
our
absolutely. We'd love to have like we already have like a Jammy jam on the Endless platform, which we're like inviting all of our Jammy users into.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it would be cool to like to have more Jammy players on the Endless platform. That's to us that's a dream.
Yeah.
For
Yeah, I mean, it'd be really. I'm looking forward to. I mean, it's a way in the future, but until we can really have like you could have a Jammy page in Endless where you could kind of feature all sorts of jams and get people to post riffs. Have you seen? Have you seen the
riffs page?
The riffs page. Have you seen the riffs page?
Yeah.
So that was out yesterday, I think.
Yeah, I just
Monday.
I discovered it on the community chat. They discussed it at length.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's really cool. It's really interesting seeing because we didn't make any noise about it at all. We just kind of put it in there. We didn't do a mailer, just to see like, okay, do people pick up on this? And there's a few people in the community who've been beta testing it for a while. Actually, I can get in. Let's see. Let's see what's going on in the riff page. I always go to latest first, actually. Yeah, there's quite a lot being shared now. There's quite a lot being shared. I wonder. Rather creepy picture. I don't. You probably can't see the picture there, but it's slightly disturbing.
Which one? Creepy teacher?
Yeah, creepy teacher.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it. I'm gonna like for the creepiness.
What do you like? Oh yeah, okay, I see it. Another like comes from me for the creepiness. Sure. Yeah, that's really interesting. And I love that like Endless has become a sort of like almost like a daily meditation app for me. Whenever I like want to get into the zone or something, I will go. There's a few cool jams there, like Abandoned Monuments or some other ones.
Yeah.
That I can pop into and just listen to what the folks have been creating. And they sound amazing.
Yeah.
And so just starting the day, for example, with like a small jam, just contributing like a layer or two.
Yeah. It's nice that you can dip in and out of it. I think that's what I really enjoy. It's very kind of, I mean, for want of a much better word, it's kind of lifestyle-y.
Yeah, very casual kind of.
Yeah.
Casual music making. Come in there. Create a beat. Yeah, and then there's something for you to like walk around and sing along to.
Yeah. And then see like what happened to your beat later as well.
Yeah.
Like,
Come back. Like coming in and discovering that something else has been done to it completely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Right. I think it's time I need to go. Yeah, I'm ready to go and have my dinner and all that stuff.
Yeah,
but
sure.
Yeah.
It was great pleasure chatting and jamming with you.
Yeah, likewise. Thanks for doing that. We should do it again when we can. When we've got the MIDI stuff. When you're a bit further with, what's your shipping target? What's your target shipping date?
We were hoping to start shipping like the very first batch by the end of this year, and then we'll start like mass production and shipping up most of the pre-orders early next year.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Similar to us, really.
Just the timeline right now. We have like the manufacturing partners in place because it's pretty much the same people that we're working on to produce the existing model.
Yeah.
And then but in order to start the production, there's a lot of like technicalities that goes into like the molds and getting the whole what is it called? Like the production line going. Yeah. So that will take us a little bit of time, and there's also a few like checkpoints to where we need to make sure that the design is the schematics is right. Then we need to make sure that the whole design is right, and we're getting the units are working the way they should. Yeah. And then it's really cool. I come from software background, and so like working on a hardware project is quite different. Yeah. And But it's also similar in a lot of ways. We also run beta tests of new firmware for these. So just not long ago, we came out of the beta with the latest update for the Jammy. But a lot of the things are quite different. So that, for example, there's a lot of like the physical aspects of the way things work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's an interesting like combination of the two worlds.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, there's no such thing as like a just a hardware product these days, unless it's like a pot. But you know, there's always a software element to it, and then there's a firmware element to it. And I mean, as if I know. I mean, I've never shipped any hardware. I mean, I know Adam Starkwell, and I know because they the stuff that they've had to deal with Memu, and it's hard. It's called hardware for a reason.
Yeah.
Difficult wear.
And it's interesting what you guys are doing with the integration with like Ableton Push.
Right.
The customization that was pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's quite exciting. It's really fun to play. I mean, it's definitely a prototype, and there's a long way for it to go. But no, it's cool. It's very cool. Yeah. Right.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good times. Virtual high fives.
Likewise.
Can we do a virtual high five? Well, actually,
Absolutely.
I realise there's a whole. Yeah. Hang on. No, I'm looking at the wrong screen now. Anyway, it never works out, and I realise there's a whole other camera shot in the way. So anyway.
You can use both hands, like one high five over here and the other one into the streaming camera. But
yeah.
not quite.
This isn't working.
Sort of. It isn't working.
It's not working.
All right.
Anyway, yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. Have a great evening, Tim.
Have a great evening.
Yeah.
See you, chat. Thanks for